Assalamualaikum. So we stop at Purbig's diagram. So Purbig's diagram is about thermodynamic of corrosion. One of the limitation of Purbig's diagram, there is no information on kinetics. Kinetics is the rate of corrosion. You do not know how fast or how slow the corrosion will take place. So in this lecture, I'm going to talk about the second learning outcome, which is about the kinetics, the corrosion rate to determine the corrosion of metal and alloys. Okay, so first of all, about kinetic of corrosion, there is one parameter you must know, which is I naught. What is I naught? I naught, small letter I naught, is exchange current density. So how to get this I naught? There is one formula about this I naught, the exchange current density. This one is exchange I, small letter I, is current density, is equals to capital letter I and also I naught, exchange, and divide by area of the metals exposed to the corrosive environment. So I naught, capital letter I naught, is the exchange current. This is exchange current. So capital letter I is current. So the unit is in ampere. So this is area of the specimen exposed to the corrosive environment. This in cm square or meter square. Okay, so this will have its own unit, which is ampere over cm square. Okay, so for example, in this process, the hydrogen evolution reaction, hydrogen ion will reduce to form hydrogen gas. Okay, and the exchange current or current density is actually, okay, this is a reversible, either forward. Okay, so let's say two hydrogen ion will receive 2 electrons to produce hydrogen gas, and hydrogen gas also can oxidize to form hydrogen ion. This is reduce, this is oxidize. So this one we call it RF, forward reaction, and this is RB or R reverse, backward reaction. Okay, so exchange current density, it means that the rate forward RF is equal to RB or RR, R backward reaction. The rate forward is equal to rate backward. That is about this exchange current density. So in this notes they use RR, not RB. So we use RR. Okay, so RR, reverse rate. So there is one form when the RF rate forward, okay, this forward to form hydrogen gas, and rate reverse to produce hydrogen ion equals to this rate. There is one formula involving Faraday constant. This is Faraday constant, 96,500 coulomb per mole. This is A is the atomic mass of that specimen. If ferrum, the value is 66, and then N is number of electron. For example, ferrum will oxidize to 2 electron, or in this case is hydrogen, or we focus on metal. Okay, so this is N2. So this one is the exchange current density. Okay, so I naught is the exchange current density equivalent to the reversible rate at equilibrium. So we still talk about this exchange current density. So I naught is the most important, one of the most important variables which explain the large differences in the rate of, for example, in this case is hydrogen on metallic surfaces. Okay, for example, in this table shows there are several metals, okay, and also log 10 of I naught. Okay, you also can change to I naught, anti-log it becomes 10 negative 13, and the last one is negative 2. Okay, so this is an example of hydrogen evolution on several materials. Okay, for example, the top in the list is lead, mercury, and the lowest is platinum. Alright, so this shows how fast the hydrogen ion can reduce to form hydrogen gas. This value will show that the rate of reaction, I naught. So it means that on lead or mercury, the I naught exchange current density is 10 and a power of negative 13 ampere over cm square. On platinum, this value exchange current density is 10 power negative 2 ampere. Okay, the more positive value or higher, it means that the reaction of hydrogen evolution is very fast occurring on the platinum surface as compared to lead or mercury. It's about 10 power of 11. Right? So on platinum, the hydrogen evolution will produce hydrogen gas will produce very fast, 10 power of 11 times than on lead or mercury. Okay, so you also can show in terms of graph. Okay, this is E, the potential, versus I. Alright, so this is the exchange current density at 0. Okay, so when you check on the standard reduction potential series, so you know that this value at standard is 0 volt. The hydrogen evolution reaction. Alright, so on mercury or lead, it will occur around 10 to the power of 13. 10 power of negative 13. On platinum, the hydrogen evolution will occur at negative 2. So the more positive of current, this is current density, so it means that the reaction is fast. It's faster than the more negative direction. Okay, so this is I naught. I naught is the equilibrium, the exchange current density for this reaction, either forward or reverse. Either it reduce or it will oxidize. Okay, that is the exchange current density. So it is about 100 billion times easier on platinum as compared to on mercury or lead. Okay, the hydrogen evolution. So this is the reason why mercury is often added to power cell or also in lead acid battery. Okay, in order to avoid the vigorous formation of hydrogen gas. But platinum is very good catalyst for hydrogen evolution because the formation of hydrogen or many other reactions can occur very rapidly on platinum surface. So look at this diagram. This is called TEFL behavior plot, okay, to show the I naught, the exchange current density for hydrogen evolution. Okay, this is E, voltage, potential. This is I, current density. So this value at equilibrium, which the reaction, the rate forward is equals to rate reverse. So this is forward, for example, this is forward and this is backward. So this where I naught is at where the rate forward equals to rate reverse or backward. So if the oxidation process occur, So it will move upward, so more positive. This is potential more positive. It means that oxidation process occurs. So this is from 0 to positive 1. The oxidation state increase and it releases 2 electrons. This is oxidation process. Oxidation process. On the reverse of this reaction downward, this is called reduction process. So it's going to negative direction of potential. So from positive 1 here, reduced to 0, the oxidation state. So here is the exchange current density. The rate here forward is equals to rate backward. But if the potential move upward, let's say here, it means that the forward oxidation H2 will form 2H plus and T, 2 electron. So this is oxidation is faster or more than reverse. These are forward, these are reverse. This is more than reverse. That's why this process will move upward. If the reaction occur downward, okay, going downward, so it means that the reduction process, the rate of reduction is faster than the rate of oxidation. So this is the over potential for reduction. Here is for oxidation. That's why the value, it will move to new potential. From here, this is E equilibrium potential. So when it stop here, so this is new potential. So this different, we call it over potential. Okay, now we look at the electrochemical kinetic of corrosion. Chemical kinetic is a study of the rate of corrosion reaction. It is important to know how fast the corrosion will occur. Corrosion in aqueous system is governed mainly by the electrochemical reaction. So the understanding of the fundamental laws of electrochemical reaction kinetic is thus essential to develop more corrosion resistant alloy. So if you know the detail of the kinetics of one material R, so you can improve, modify that material with, for example, pure metals with R corrosion rate very high. You can produce something new material, for example, alloy with lower corrosion rate. So you can develop new material with low corrosion rate or high corrosion resistant material. And also based on that information, the kinetic of corrosion, you can improve the method to protect an object. Okay, so electrochemical measurement very sensitive but convenient tools to study the corrosion in the laboratory and also in the field. So now we come to the quantitative analysis or the measurement of rate of corrosion. So first equation involving Faraday's law. Alright, so there is Faraday constant in this formula. So this you are going to check how much mass of metal will react with this environment or will lose the mass loss. Okay, this is mass loss. Okay, this is the formula. This is I is current in ampere, T is time in second, A is the atomic mass, atomic weight or atomic mass in gram per mole. So N is number of electron number, F is Faraday constant in coulomb per mole. So mass in gram, I times T time in second, and A, and N F. So I unit ampere times second time gram per mole, and F is coulomb per mole. Just cancel mole, and also C, Q, coulomb, Q is equal to IT. Q, coulomb, charge pass is coulomb, equals to A times second. So this one, you can cancel off this with this, and you will be left behind gram. Okay, the mass reacted. So that is the first equation can be used in order to know the corrosion rate of a metal with the environment. So the second equation is this equation, still involve this Faraday constant. So you just take the first equation, which is M equals to I T A N F, but both sides you just divide with time and area, both sides, the left and as well as on the right. T A. Okay, here you will get a new mass over T, time and area. Here you can cancel off this time, and again I and A equals to I over A equals to current density. So now current density times atomic mass divided by number of electrons and F. So this is the new expression you can use to show the rate of corrosion. This second equation. Okay. Next one. Okay, the current density here, current, small letter I, rather than current, capital letter I is proportional to corrosion rate. Okay, because the same current is ampere, concentrated into a smaller surface area result in a larger corrosion rate. Smaller will result in larger corrosion rate. Okay, try to please understand this. Okay, you have two size of specimen. One is 1 times 5. Okay, let's say 1 cm times 5 cm. Another one is 2, and let's say 2 and 5. Okay, 2 and 5. So this is 5. The area is 5 cm square. This is 10 cm square. Let's say the current flow through this metal is 10 ampere, as well as this 10 ampere. This is current. Okay, so if you calculate the I, the current density is the current ampere divided by the area. So you will get 2 ampere over cm square. But for this larger specimen, so I is 10, the same current value flow through this larger specimen, and you divide with the area, end up with 1 ampere per cm square. This shows that the smaller, this one, smaller specimen is doubly attacked by the current. This is twice. This is 1. Okay, 1 time. This is 2 times. So it shows that current density, this small letter I is current density, is proportionally can be used to relate with corrosion rate instead of capital letter I. This. Okay, when you talk about current, so it doesn't reflect to the rate of corrosion. But if you use current density, it can show that the difference in the rate of corrosion. Alright, so you must use small letter I, current density, instead of current. Alright, next formula or equation, there are 3 more equation. So one is you can express the corrosion rate in terms of mils per year. this one, MPY, mils. Mils is 1 mil equivalent to 0.001 inches per year. Another one is millimeter. For mils, this is the constant, 0.129. And these three involve density of the metal or alloy. So this the density. Okay, for millimeter, another way of express the rate of corrosion is this unit, millimeter per year. How much our millimeter of that metal will corrode per year? So you must use this constant, 0.00327. If you want to express in micrometer per year, so you just put this. The rest are the same, IA over ND, similar, right? But in these three new equation, this exchange current density, you must use this unit, microampere. Remember that you must use this microampere per cm square, not ampere. It's not ampere per cm square. You must use microampere if you use this equation, these three equations. But the first equation and second, for example here, this is ampere per cm square, and also here is in ampere, capital letter I. But for these three, equation 3, 4, and 5, small letter I, you must use this unit. Okay, that this equation are used for pure metals. But if you have alloy, that means that the presence of more than one element. For example, in stainless steel, there are ferrum, chromium, nickel, probably have manganese. Okay, so more than one. If pure is ferrum, but there's other addition of metals, other metals. So you must use this equation. So you must calculate the equivalent weight. Okay, the composition involve all composition. So before you can get this equivalent weight, EW, you must calculate equivalent number, NEQ. So how to calculate NEQ is the sum of fraction, each composition. Okay, probably you can have ferrum plus chromium and nickel. So this is F1, this F2, and F3. So each element has its own atomic mass. This is A1, this is A2, this is A3, and also N. Different metal, for example, ferrum is 2 electron, will corrode, release 2 electron, chromium 3 electron, nickel 2 electron. So this is N1 equals to 2, N2 equals to 3, N3 equals to 2. So once you have calculated this equivalent number, you can get equivalent weight. Equivalent weight is the 1 over NEQ. Okay, once you get this, you just insert into this equation, you can get equivalent weight. Why you want to calculate this? Because the formula for corrosion rate of alloy, so you have this new one as compared to pure metals. If you use this one, millimeter per year, so this is the same constant, 327, but the formula for pure metal is ND. Okay, so very simple, very straightforward, because only one metal or element present in that pure metal. Okay, this, for example, ferrum, pure ferrum. So this atomic mass for ferrum 56. This is 2 electron number, and also it has its own density. Okay, for example, 7.9 gram per cm cube. But when it is an alloy, you must consider this equivalent weight because it has more than one element. Another parameter is density of that alloy is not similar to the pure metal because you have added more elements into that alloy. So you have to calculate the density of the alloy using this equation. Okay, so 1 over D alloy is the fraction of 1 and D of 1, the number 1 metal. Then fraction of the second one and its pure density value, and F3, for example, D3. So you will get this, and you finally can calculate the alloy, and you just add in this here, right? So this is I, current density. Okay, so again, if you use this formula, so I is in microampere cm square. So this is this table shows some example of pure metals and also alloys, the penetration rate. Penetration rate, you also can call this corrosion rate. Okay, so for uniform corrosion, you can call it corrosion rate, but for localized such as pitting, okay, only small area affected pitting, so this is called penetration rate. It's similar. Okay, depend on what form of corrosion. If pitting or crevice or galvanic, we call it penetration. You also can call it corrosion rate, but for uniform, it is corrosion, no penetration rate. So this is the value of different metals, okay, in mils per year. Okay, and it shows that stannum is the most easily can corrode very fast here, okay, as compared to other metals. Then alloy is more slower. Okay, now we come to the last part, which is the exercise for this kinetic of corrosion. There are 2 questions here, okay, 1 and 2. Okay, you try this to solve this first. Okay, so based on that each question, so I can give you this hint how to calculate for each section, for each question. So for example, in A, okay, you should use this formula, the first formula, the involve Faraday equation, in order to get this current. Current is capital letter I in ampere. So the answer is 0.00164 ampere. So for second one, it involve now they give this area, the size of the area is 100 cm square, but you must express the corrosion rate in this expression. Okay, milligram dm square day. Okay, this is the second equation, which is m over TA. Okay, so try to calculate this. R is corrosion rate, so the answer is 48 milligram per dm square per day. Okay, you must convert this cm square to dm square, and also day. This is 5 hours given, so you just convert 5 hours to day. Okay, just divide by 1 day is 24 hours, you will get day. Next is mils per year. Okay, so this is R equals to 0.129 IAND. Alright, so the answer is 964 mils per year. Okay, then another expression in micrometer per year. So the answer is 24595 micrometer per year. For the second question, so you must use rate of corrosion is in mils per year. Okay, this is the constant I. EW, this is alloy. Okay, remember that this is alloy, so you must find EW and the alloy for this copper alloy. So the alloy contain aluminium and zinc. Okay, so 5% aluminium, 2.5% okay, zinc, and the rest is copper, 92.5%. Alright, so try to calculate this first. So the answer is 0.46 mils per year. Alright, thank you.